Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so you know it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
What do bad bitches like? You like niggas that tell drugs and drive fast cars, silly?
What's up?
Yeah.
What we do?
Bad bitches, we like fast cars, we like this.
Yeah, let's go.
Drive car fast, do the fast, and let my pussy leave. Real bad bitches, sitting pretty down.
Yeah, let's go. You run the same house. Say put that shit in quad. See the same little thing. Whoa. What's up? What you doing? What you doing? What it at?
Stupid bitch, yeah, I buy hoes. Diamonds busting through the fence, and my boy like
Drunk the time,
on the Rari, hold the window, make my weed.
bankroll, sexy red.
Bitch, you know I do it
What's
big.
up?
I be smoking sunshine. You always smoking big. You know I'm sexy, I'm bad.
See.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, bitch.
Keep going. What should you say, B.M.?
What's up with that nut on my teeth?
What's up?
Yeah, this is my favorite song. So y'all ready to sing it out loud again? Okay. Hold on, I said I'm out of town. Lucky with my round. My Gucci pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas? I'm looking for the hoe. We play niggas, cause that's a bitch flow.
What's up? We already get back. We need you louder. What's up? Let's go.
I said I'm out of town. Lucky with my round. My Gucci pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas? I'm looking for the hoe. We play niggas.
Bad shit make my coochie bleed. Real bad bitch, sitting pretty thousand for the weed. Feeling this exotic, got what you. When I'm smoking weed, track rock, say you wanna hit it. Put that shit in court, hit it up. I'm saying you was saying what you want. Tell that nigga kiss up for.
A lot of you don't know this, but the Geek was at ground zero of the I'm the Mama and the Daddy movement all the way back in the early 80s, when black female misandry went all the way mainstream, starting with pseudo-feminist wannabe divester and premium coon, Oprah Winfrey. That interview with the young women, some who looked barely 15, is telling, even today, 37 years later in 2023. The penultimate mammy went all the way big, attacking masculinity in general, and black men in particular, celebrated by the minority majority and given the superstar treatment for what? walking around on a soundstage with a microphone in her hand, running her mouth, spewing baseless propaganda about the inner workings of the black community that she knew firsthand was a goddamn lie. This is the same woman who coined the phrase down low, innovating a new racial myth for the same gay community she was allied with, mostly behind closed doors in the early days when she was stocking butter biscuits. Hell, she was fucking over and exploiting everybody at the same time. So I showed that infamous clip and talked about Oprah to put a few things in perspective, kings. The 16-year-old woman said a male authority figure in the family wasn't necessary, but for 37 years, black women have been gaslighting the shit out of the men of their supposed community, saying shit like black men make black women baby mamas. We just saw a 16-year-old sitting up discounting the need for positive black male involvement in the proper rearing of children, and in the same breath saying her father wasn't there for her with a visible air of resentment. Yet the honky reporter didn't even call her on the hypocritical bullshit. Op or what? Make it make sense. Strong, independent, don't need no man. That's what they told us. 37 years later, we are being told that black men make black women baby mamas. Well, consider this bullshit. Sexy Red is the granddaughter chronologically of that 16-year-old bitch in that archival new clip from 1986. Sexy Red, barefoot and pregnant on a stage in a severe state of undress and gross as fuck, could be that girl's granddaughter. I'm in my early 50s, kings. I was 16 in the latter half of 1986. Let that shit soak in for a moment. No, seriously, Sexy Red is just about the right age to be that 1986 bitch's grandkid. Pretty fucked up and foobar to see that we've gone from Claire Huxtable to a goddamn whore of Babylon in 3 decades and more. Don't get it twisted. This is not nostalgia. Oh, hell no, I'm keeping it 100, kings. You deserve that much from me. I remember my mother taking me and my little half-sister to see The Color Purple on Christmas Eve of all things. Can you imagine the mindset that would make a woman in her 40s think a misandrist lesbian fan fiction is suitable entertainment for a 15-year-old black boy and a 9-year-old? And speaking of that and its inherent appeal to a substantial subset of pseudo-feminist indoctrinated black females, my older sibling got out on the streets and found to herself a real live version of that evil Mr. Character, replete with a peanut-shaped bullet head like Danny fucking Glover and the loaded right fist of pre-trauma Mike Tyson, which he used to great effect for decades. Imagine me seeing this motherfucker literally looking like a nigga vamp from that old Buffy the Vampire series. As an aside, this criminally insane brain-dead goon was the only black man in her life she never saw fit to fuck with or destroy, which was an exclusive bit of ride or die not extended to her fucking blood. Just saying, fellas. That self-hatred is oh so real and eternal. In a previous video, which is part 1 to this one, the audience was given clear and definitive proof why prioritizing your seed is tantamount to your survival. I've said it enough times, do not make a fallen woman the steward of your children, your future, and your family's legacy. Now we have a literal example of this edict made flesh. Look at this nasty biatch. Somebody make this make sense in an insane world, for the love of God. SYSBM means save yourself, black men. We were kings and we will be again someday. Peace out.
So men, you control marriage, right? Since you hate single mothers so much, stop nutting inside women that you won't marry. Because you know what you're doing when you do that? You're creating a single mother. Right. How many single mothers have you created? Right. That's very irresponsible of you. And are you taking care of your babies, modern men? Because see, old-fashioned men didn't do that. They didn't nut in a woman that they wouldn't marry. Right. So if you want to keep talking about how much you don't like single mothers, stop nutting in women that you don't plan to marry, because that will help resolve the problem.
This landmark study from the Center for Disease Control, which debunked many of the myths surrounding black fathers, it found that the majority of black fathers live with their children. Black fathers are more likely to help their children with their homework, prepare meals, bathe and dress their children compared to fathers of other races. So the absent or deadbeat black father myth that many in America believe is really more like a lie.
What do bad bitches like? You like niggas that sell drugs and drive fast cars, silly? You.
Real bad bitch, sitting pretty thousand for the week. Bringing that excited, got a cute. When I
You run the track, huh?
say you wanna eat,
Say put that shit in party. She the same little thing.
catch up for a whip if he want my work. Playing with my pussy, why he throwing me on my
What you doing?
Put the business square mode. Nigga, I ain't no regular hoe. I don't do much shorts for my bitch. This ain't gay hoe. Keep my phone, you want some stupid bitch, yeah, gay hoe. Diamonds busting through the fence, and my boy like so. On the Rari, hold the window, and my weed.
Bankroll, sexy red.